Hey boys and girls, this is Mrs. Smith, and the purpose of this video today is to go over the spiral review for Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we'll go ahead and get started. So here was Tuesday night's homework. So I'm going to start with number 1. It says write an equation. Equation is a number sentence using less than, greater than, or equal to compare the fractions. Okay, so I have two fraction bars right here. The first one is divided into 3 equal parts. So I know my denominator is going to be 3. And 2 of them are shaded, so my fraction is 2/3. My second fraction bar is divided into 6 equal parts. So I know my denominator is going to be 6. And 4 of those parts are shaded. And so now I have to compare them. I have to decide, are they greater than, less than, or equal to each other? And so when I look at the shaded amount on my top fraction bar and the shaded amount on my bottom fraction bar, I see that they are equivalent. So 2/3 is equivalent or equal to 4/6. And I know that to be true because 3 times 2 gets me 6. And whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator, and 2 times 2 equals 4. So they are equivalent fractions. Number 2, it says estimate. I'm going to box that word. To the sum, I'm going to box that word, of 123, 86, and 279 to the nearest hundred. Estimate means to round. And the sum is the answer to an addition problem. It's important that we know that this word means because there is no mathematical symbol in this numbers or this sentence that tells me I'm going to add other than the word sum. So I'm going to take my numbers 123, 86, and 279, and I'm going to add them together. But again, they don't want the real answer, they want an estimate. So I'm going to round each of these numbers to the nearest hundred. I know that the hundreds place is the third place to the left of the ones. So my first number, 123, I'm going to round to the hundreds place, which is the 1. I look to the right, and I think about my rounding rules. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. So that 2 tells my 1 to rest or stay the same. So 123 rounds to 100. My number 86, I know that the hundreds place is the third place from the right. There's nothing there. There's nothing there, so I'm going to pretend that there's a 0 there. Now I'm going to look to the right, and that is an 8, which is 5 or more, which means I need to raise the score. So the 0 is going to become a 1. So therefore, 86 rounds to 100. And 279, the digit in the hundreds place is the 2. I look to the right, it's a 7. The 7 tells me to round up, so the 2 becomes a 3. And so therefore, 279 rounds to 300. Put them all together, and I have 500. So the answer is 500. Number 3, okay, I apologize, boys and girls, because when Mrs. Smith was making this a homework question, she just saw a clock and assumed that it was correct. But if you look at this clock, it's not correct, okay? It only goes to the 10, which we know our clocks go to 12. And in between each of these numbers, it should be 5 minutes. But there are 10 little tick marks. So this is going to be a big no. We are not going to solve this because we don't like this question. And by we, I mean me. So the 2 questions that I want you to check to make sure that you are right is number 1 and number 2. And that is Tuesday's answer key. Thanks for watching. See you next time.